Welcome to the fucking metaverse. I know you started Reddit with roommates, right?
Yeah, I actually was going to be a lawyer. I was a history major, practicing for the LSAT, spending a lot of time in Alderman, And I woke up on a Saturday to go take the LSAT, lasted 30 minutes, got up, walked out. Everyone's looking at me like, the fuck is this guy doing? And I went to the Waffle House on 29. And I went and got breakfast. And I just said, you know what? If I just chose a waffle over the LSAT, I probably should not be a lawyer. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I don't want to go through all this. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I've had a bunch of ideas throughout college. Like, let me just go build. And I was a good enough programmer in high school and in college, but my roommate was a very good programmer. He also had a job he already had a job lined up. And so I started the process of convincing him to join me and turn down this job opportunity. And I was like, look, man, I can't do this alone. Thankfully, I wore him down. His mom was very pissed at me for like the first year of Reddit, but obviously things worked out. And we set out, entered the first batch of Y Combinator back in 2005, right when we were graduating, applied with a very different idea from Reddit and got rejected for that idea. It was called My Mobile Menu, or for short.
Wow.
We were going to I was very proud of that name. Yeah. We were going to so I'd worked at a Pizza Hut throughout high school, and back in the kitchen as a cook, you'd get orders in. I'd get orders in on a printer. And I was sitting here like, okay, everyone's got cell phones now. There's no smartphone. It was like 2003, 2004. So you could text in the order, and then a printer would print it out, and then boom, you don't have to wait in line. My Mobile Menu. It was going to be great. I went to every shop on the corner and convinced them, or so I thought, to like do a deal with us. They were just being polite, and they were like, yeah, sure, kid. Whenever you got your thing, we're in it. But this whole time I'm like, I'm doing deals. I'm a CEO. And it took going to YC, pitching them, and then getting rejected by them to realize it was too early to do this business. And the next morning on a train back to Charlottesville, because we'd gone up to Boston to pitch Paul Graham and Jessica and everyone, Paul calls me back and he says, look, we still don't like your idea. I was like, dude, you called me just to say that you don't like the idea? Like, it's kind of a dick move. And he's like, no. But we like you. And so if you're willing to change your idea, we'll fund it. And we sat with Paul for like an hour, and he just asked questions. What do you do every morning? Where do you spend your time on the internet? And I lived in a brand new Firefox feature called Tabs, and lived in about 20 tabs every morning with a bunch of news sites. And I ran a PHP BB forum in college called Eyes Wide. And the idea was, we had a community of maybe 500-700 people, all submitting links, talking about like politics, philosophy. It's a little cringe now. It's very like angsty college kid type stuff. But, thanks to this open source software, it was easy to spin up a forum, build a community. I loved it. And as we're talking, Paul's like, that's it. He's like, the internet is not going to have one singular front page like the New York Times. The internet is going to have a front page of really multiple front pages that are curated by the readers, not by a few editors. And I'll never forget, Paul was like, that's it. Build the front page of the internet. And I'm sitting here like, okay. Like, you're going to give us money to do that for a summer? And he's like, yes. And that was the start of it. And then, shipped V1 within about a month. I spent a lot of time perfecting the logo, SNU, drawing that and coming up with the name Reddit and sort of designing the first version. I was even obsessing over the dimensions of the up and down arrows and all this stuff that now is just kind of a waste of time. But it is really because of Waffle House that all of this is here.